Continuing now with Christmas chaos. With us here in New York, Monica Crowley and Alan Combs, a Barack and a hard place duo. So, Combs, why do you think this happens every year? Every year.
I think there are people like Lincoln Chafee who would good-heartedly believe they should reach out and be as inclusive as possible. I think inclusivity is what it is all about.
But just for a 24-hour period.
No, I think...
No, he backed down after 24 hours.
I think obviously it was political pressure, but this happens in a number of places, you pointed out, because of the attempt for inclusiveness. That's why it happens.
So you think that in the spirit of goodwill toward men, that Governor Chafee wants to ban the word Christmas.
Christmas spirit, Bill.
Look, if he really felt...
It's not banning
according to Combs, Chafee is actually promoting the Christmas spirit by refusing to call the Christmas tree a Christmas tree.
Did you say progressives are the enemy? Or the progressives or Christians are the enemy?
You want to know what I really think? Anybody who opposes the word Christmas this time of year because it's a federal holiday is a loon.
All right,
that's what I think.
But Christians are not the enemy to progressives.
All right.
Okay, well, first of all, if Governor Chafee really felt the Christmas spirit and the spirit of goodwill, he never would go down this road every single year. And every single year you clobber him, and every single year he backs down.
He does again.
So I'm starting to think...
He's got to be some masochistic thing here.
I'm starting to think Governor Chafee actually likes the publicity.
I think, you know that book, 85 Shades of Grey or something? I think he read that or something. He's getting... killed here.
O'Reilly, pretend that you don't know the actual title of 50 Shades
I don't know
of Grey.
I know there's some gray book that has S&M stuff.
Right.
That's all I know.
Okay, so let's talk about the bigger thing here, because there is something, I mean, set Governor Chafee aside for a second, there is something bigger going on, which is over many decades, the secular progressives, the far left, have been doing this assault on all organized religion, on God and on faith. Recently, and you've been pointing this out for years on this show, it's been the war on Christmas. But the ultimate objective, which is what they seek, is an essentially godless society, because they want the state to fill the void of God. So they will do everything they can to try to strip organized religion, God, and faith out of the public square, out of public life, so that the state, so that government is there to fill that void and to save people when they no longer have religion.
That is a ridiculous and misrepresentation of the left, which is always the far left, it seems, for some reason. But the fact is, nobody's got a problem with a Christmas tree or other symbols. It's when it's nativity scenes that are biblical representations.
No, Chafee had a problem with the Christmas tree.
I'm only talking for the far left. I speak for the far left. Also, by the way, in Illinois, do you know the ACLU actually defended the right of the State House in order to have a creche on state property at the State House? So this general global statement about the far left and how they have this war is just not true.
So you're not buying Monica's contention that a signature part of secular progressivism is to diminish religion and heighten the power of the state.
Not at all.
You're not buying that.
People want to celebrate.
You don't think they're in business to do that?
Nobody in this country is being stopped from celebrating as they wish, or not celebrating at all, worshiping in their homes, going to whatever church they want to go to. Nobody is prevented from being
but every time this Christmas season comes around, the federal holiday, and that's where you guys lose, because it's a federal holiday. And I understand you don't want it to be a federal holiday.
Well, I would say that in general, I think that's a no-win argument, because that's not going to change.
Well, let me ask you a very simple question. As you know, I'm a very simple man. Do you want Christmas to be a federal holiday?
I don't think it should be. But
all right, now tell the audience why.
Because it is really celebrating. It's a very religious holiday, and I don't believe the government ought to be promoting one particular religion.
Well, can't you see Jesus as a man? Do you have to see him as God?
But it's not the purpose of Christmas.
Sure it is.
In fact, I think it diminishes religion to say...
No. It was signed into law by Grant, all right, if you know anything about history.
I do know that.
To honor Jesus.
Well, actually, you know why it became law? Because they figured so many federal workers would not be going to work that day. It was a matter of accommodation, because the majority of the country...
they could have named it the Kwanzaa Day.
Well, but the majority of the country was not going to work that day.
Is Kwanzaa still in play, by the way?
But, Bill, this is important. That's why they did it, to accommodate
your babbling.
But remember that the United States of America was founded on Judeo-Christian principles, right? Christmas and Easter in the Christian religion.
But Easter's not a federal holiday.
I understand that. Christmas is sort of a sacrosanct thing in terms of being both a religious and a state-sanctioned holiday. And that's why I think, in particular, you see this assault from the far left on Christmas, because it represents both. But look, these are not just isolated cases that you've been pointing out over the last 10 years on this program. This is not just one ACLU complaint or one, atheist complaint. This is a widespread assault that's been going on for a very long time.
And they're winning. The secular progressives, according to all... Listen, wait a minute, Monica. According to all the studies, the secular progressives are winning as America is becoming a less devout nation. Church-going is down.
Right.
Atheism is up. So they're winning.
Well, and I'll tell you something else, that Christianity in particular, I mean, I think they're opposed to all organized faith, but Christianity in particular is because of the numbers of Christians, and you're right to say that...
Well, the judgmental aspect of it is what
supposed
really...
to organize
numbers, and also the devotion of the faith makes it an easy target, and Christians don't fight back.
Excuse me, let me get some time here.
Go ahead.
Who's opposed to organized faith? Progressives? Progressives aren't opposed to organized faith. It's a matter of what the government should do. Conservatives always talk about how they want less government in their lives. You want government involved in declaring what should be violate the Establishment Clause of the Constitution. You actually had a priest in Illinois, in the diocese, Lafferty, who said this is a violation to have a creche, and the ACLU supported having a creche on Illinois state property.
Here's what I want, Colm. I want you to do is I want you to start a drive to revoke the federal holiday. Will you get behind that?
I'm not. I don't. I think it's pragmatic.
You don't want it to be because that would make your case stronger.
I don't think it's pragmatic. But my point.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be pragmatic. It has to be from the heart. You don't want it to be. Come on, that's let's see how far that goes.
Remember, you've got this war on Christmas you've been covering for many years.
Yeah.
Remember, there's a cross.
But it doesn't exist.
There's a cross in the Mojave Desert to as sort of a monument to soldiers who have died in battle. That's been taken down. There is a widespread, systematic assault by the far left to remove faith in God.
Far left.
Okay, we have Waters up in Rhode Island.
Right.
We'll have him tomorrow. That should be interesting.